Are you one of those people that whenever the weight starts feeling a tiny bit too heavy, whenever you're unsure about whether or not you're going to make that next weight jump, you start to change some minute and advanced detail like your grip, your stance, whether it's low bar or high bar, whether you're pulling sumo or conventional? Do you ever try and cheat your way to your next PR, so to say, with these small tip changes, trying to look for shit on the internet, just whatever else to avoid hitting that plateau? If this applies to you, if any of these things apply to you, keep watching, because as you'll see in this video, the best way is most often than not, if you are a novice, to stick with the time-proven method and put your trust in that. Put your trust in that whatever you're going through right now, someone's gone through it, and at a much heavier weight, and whatever method you're using, for example, here I'm using the starting strength cues and set up for the deadlift, it's worked for a fuckload of people, very many times, and your case is no exception. Whatever kind of weird circumstance you think you're having where it's just like, oh, I'm doing everything right, but the weight's just not moving for whatever reason, trust me, the answer is not to change from sumo or conventional. You need to audit your process like Bald Omni-Man does. Check if you're sleeping enough, bulking enough, whatever the fuck, getting hydrated, not going on FOF steals 3 times a week in Sea of Thieves so you go to sleep at 2 a.m. Things like this. And after that, you need to trust in whatever process you've opted for. Because, as I've said before, they've worked for people much, much stronger than you, probably much worse genetics than you. And if you are a lifter, if you're struggling, like I was here for the 245 by 5 deadlift, your problem is not that you aren't going sumo or that you aren't going hook grip. You just need to stick with the process. You need to kind of put your blind trust in this while you're not so advanced. Obviously, once you're advanced, which fucking obviously I'm not there yet, I'm doing back extensions with 35 pounds. But whenever you do get to the more advanced point, obviously you can use your own experience to shape and kind of mold your program whichever way you want. But until that point comes, you need to trust in whatever process you've laid out for yourself. If it's one of the very famous things, like a YouTuber's program who doesn't try and sell you bullshit supplements, you know, some different form, like the West Side starting strength, with the, I don't know, just whatever, Alex Bromley squat tutorial, Juji Mufu squat tutorial, I don't even know if that exists. But essentially, whatever foundation you've laid out that you're going to follow, you need to be sure to stick to that and not try and kind of adjust the route via changing your stance or your grip or whatever if there's no real problem, if you're just scared that the next weight jump isn't going to move. You need to trust the process, and if you're doing everything correctly, the weight will move. Just trust me. Like here, I just focused on leg pressing the floor. That was pretty much my main cue that I was focused on. And the weight that I'd struggled with because of all this fucking overthinking, last week, flew up for 5 reps, and the form was pretty clean. So take this lesson with you, just the lessons of this video, whenever you get really lifting ADHD about something and you're scared of whether or not you're going to hit that next PR, make that next progression. Just keep it in mind. This has worked for several people before you, several people much stronger than you, much worse genetics, whatever, and it's been designed this way for a reason. So just fucking calm down, follow the program, you're going to make great gains. Have a good night.